She's up in the bag. There she is.
Who said that? Thank
did.
you. Thank you so much. It's lovely.
So it's day 3. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
It's day 3 of you-know-who, his trip to the UK. Now, he tried to clear up his remarks about, you know, nasty, talk about Meghan Markle, when he appeared on Piers Morgan's show this morning. Take a look.
They talked about nasty, but we were talking about nasty. She was nasty to me, and that's okay for her to be nasty. It's not good for me to be nasty to her, and I wasn't.
Did you
and
get a chance to talk to
I think she's doing very well. What she said was nasty based on what they told me. I
But
said,
Harry,
I didn't know
Harry didn't have a problem with you? Because there were rumours that he didn't want to talk to you and all that.
No, just the opposite. In fact, he spent a lot of time talking to Ivanka and talking to my family. I went up. He couldn't have been nicer.
So, but a lot of outlets are saying that, you know, the young royals maybe don't really want much to do with him. They're trying to avoid photo ops and stuff. And they're saying this photo of Prince Harry looking less than thrilled to be there says it all. But truth be told, you don't know what he's looking at. We don't know whether you know who is even in the room. You know, so we don't know what that picture means, but people like to think that that's what it is. I like thinking that's what it is. I'm not going to lie, but I just wanted to make sure that we were all clear that we don't know. But, I mean, first he said he didn't say it.
Yes.
Now he's kind of saying, well, she said it first, so she was nasty first, and then maybe I said that, but I didn't mean to, but it wasn't really what I, and then the whole thing, yeah, that was him.
First of all, can I just say, you could hear the sound of Piers Morgan's lips on Trump's behind all across the pond. That smacking noise you heard was Piers Morgan kissing his butt. The thing that struck me about this whole thing is that, you know, he's walking around like he wants to be the king. That's his, like, he's the king. He didn't just say, you know, to his subjects, do this, like he wants to. So he's totally in love with them in that way.
Yeah. Well, I think it's clear that there was...
Before we finish it, though, didn't he call the girl nasty because she, what's her name, the princess,
Yes.
what is she, a duchess?
The Duchess.
Michael, yeah.
Because she said something negative about him. That's his go-to situation. Anytime you say something against him, he hits you back twice as hard.
Yeah,
except for us, for some reason.
What I found interesting was that there were no photo ops of President Trump with the young royals, and I'm sure that's something that he wanted. So that suggests to me that they did try to avoid that, and Prince Harry wasn't scheduled to go to the state dinner, but let's face it, he did attend a lot of things when President Obama was president. They had quite the bromance going on. He went to the Invictus game. He visited.
Yeah, but he's the, you know, again, he's the one that created the Invictus. So
yes.
That's why he was there.
Yes, but he also visited Harry at home.
Yes, he's
Michelle
done other stuff
yeah,
with her.
They've done a lot of things. And so I think Harry's absence, in my view, does speak volumes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like a man who sticks up for his wife. I like that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it very much.
Well, I don't have that problem in my house. My husband sticks up for me publicly, so I understand Harry's inclination. I do. My husband rides very hard for me, so I also appreciate that. I will say, the Queen, you and I think everyone on the show loves the show The Queen, and I kept thinking of the fact that royalty tries to not be political. They try not to bring politics into, you know, the royal kingdom, and she was very polite and royal and put on a very united front, and so did Prince Charles. I will say that I found it very entertaining, and I've been off the last 2 days, but I found it very entertaining the way that British people troll, and they do it so much better than we do.
It's very clever.
And I have to say that, and again, just give me this. Can I please show this photo of, I love this so much. That is my dash pad on Madame Tussauds. Thank you. I love it so much. So I had this idea. If you don't want Trump to go anywhere in your house or in your event, just project a picture of this hat, and he won't go there.
He won't show.
And I just thought it was such a brilliant troll. And there was another one of Obama's approval numbers versus Trump.
Yes.
And they're just so, like, I don't know, they're just so
They're
I love
clever.
it. I don't know. I thought it was
They're not
it made me
fans.
so
They're
happy.
not fans
Oh, and by
of
the way,
his.
that was done by an anti-Brexit group called Led by Donkeys. So
Yes.
thank you. It made my entire
Yes.
family laugh.
Yes,
So
it's-
But he thinks
You
that there
know.
were no protests, according
well,
to him.
that doesn't lie. That was
Yeah.
a projection on the damn Tussauds
Well, that's
Museum.
the thing. I mean, you say something and then you say, I never said it, and then people play it for you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
You know,
very
and it's like-
It doesn't matter.
You know,
It just
it's
made
crazy.
Me, it just made me laugh so
Yes.
much, and I thought it wasn't real, and it just made me and my mother laugh so hard. So thank you,
Yes.
even just for that little piece.
But
of
here's the
anything.
other really wonderful thing that had me chuckling. Because, you know, he's not getting a whole lot of love on this side of the pond from his own people. You know, because he said, we're going to put tariffs on Mexico. Well, Senator said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Just hold up a second. Now, isn't it interesting that this is the thing that
Yeah.
got them
Right.
crazy?
Right.
Yes.
Not Ted Cruz's wife being talked about. Yo, Ted Cruz did not.
No.
He wasn't that upset when they talked about his wife or accused his dad. But tariffs
Right.
got them out of their
You know what is
minds.
so
Mitch
funny?
McConnell
No.
finally found his testicles because it's near his wallet.
God. You know what is funny about this is, though, is that I was actually at a party a few months ago, and we were talking, I was with a bunch of conservatives, and we were talking about Trump, and I said, doesn't his demeanor bother you? Doesn't, you know, whatever, the huge amount of things you can talk about, and his personality and his personal life and the things he says.
Nope.
And a friend of mine
Defining
goes,
the law. How about defining the
but
law?
a friend of
And
mine
he
all
goes,
that.
no. But the tariffs,
Right.
the tariffs, because as conservatives, we're supposed to be anti-tax. And by the way, this could cost the average American $900 per household.
Say it again, baby. Say it one more time. Say it
$900
again.
per household.
Per household.
And it could impact, I mean, it's oil, I mean, avocados, tequila, the list is extremely long. But it is the thing because
All of it.
it hits ideology more than
Do
personality.
you think, though, that they're going to do it? I don't believe it. I think that they're too chicken. They're scared of him.
No, this
No,
could do it,
this is
honestly.
in-
Yeah.
We'll
listen,
see.
when it hits you in the pocket.
You think so?
Well, this is the first time anybody has said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is
It's
the
gonna
first
hit
time
Texans.
anybody has said it on camera where you could see who it was.
You're so mad your earring fell off.
Yeah.
I've just lost 2 ounces. That's how you
The thing
know.
is, the tariffs didn't work in China, right? Everybody now knows that the tariffs imposed on China affected Americans. Americans are the ones that pay for the tariffs, not China.
Well-
Mexico is not paying
Say tax.
for the tariffs.
It's a tax.
But
And so
here's-
I don't understand what his thinking is. He thinks Mexico's now going to
Here's the
stop
thinking, baby.
migrants coming
this
here.
is the man
Yes,
who
he
lost more money
Yes.
than any other American person on the planet. This guy has lost more money than anybody.
true?
This is
Yes.
what they keep
But
saying.
what happened to art of
But
the
here's-
deal?
But here's the thing. There was never an art of the deal. Not ever.
But I think to follow up on what you said, Joy,
Yeah.
if you're a real conservative and you have been for a long time, there is always an alarm that goes off when your answer to every problem is write a check or tax someone on a very basic level as conservatives. And his answer is write a check or tax someone, which is an extremely liberal
Shouldn't
idea.
the bell go
Well,
off
but
when he's locking
doesn't
kids
know-
in cages? Shouldn't their bell go
I
off?
would
Come
hope
on.
so.
I'm just
No.
trying to explain.
So on that note,
Yeah.
how do you expect someone who has lost that much money? I'm not going to give him my money.
No.
I don't want him in my economic page because he's lost more money than any
Yes.
person, any American.
But $900
You
is
know?
a huge amount of money for an average. A huge,
Listen,
huge
but,
amount of money for
But
an
if you
average.
don't know economics and you lost a gazillion, that's the number I just made up, a gazillion.
Yes.
You know, to me, that says you don't have much knowledge about how numbers work or how tariffs work or how
No.
people are affected or how tax cuts
Why
work.
aren't people telling
Because-
him that?
But he knows
They
one
are
thing.
ta-
He knows that he cannot move back to New York because his tax code has screwed New Yorkers. And he
It
knows
screwed
that.
everybody.
The blue
That's
states
not
got
wrong.
screwed.
That's not wrong.
Yeah,
That's not
that's
wrong,
not going
by
to
the way.
listen. He's
He
not,
can't come back.
That's
He's
not
still
wrong.
coming back. He thinks. Listen, you know he
Don
walks
Jr.
down the
wants to run
street
for mayor
with
here.
who?
He does.
His son.
That's not a good idea.
Try it.
The understatement of the year.
Yeah.
No.
Go ahead and try, babe.
And
Go
come
ahead.
on The View.
Yeah.
To promote it.
No, even that is where I draw